Hello there, greetings. I just, I'm going to probably do two videos. This one I wanted to get, this will be uploaded tomorrow. And I don't want to just have this one up, so I'll make another one. I didn't want to combine it either with, because I want to do like We Are Palladians. But this one, I didn't want to, the parks, and connected to Novak, Reptilian, and he brought up about suicide and entities. Some of those I've already connected to before in some regard, but to go through it here again, I guess you can't talk about it enough, especially with Logan Paul and his thing. I kind of brought it up again, but this is unrelated. Well, not necessarily. But I do know, I don't know if a person personally has done that, has committed suicide, but I felt the effects of it through somebody that I did. I don't want to go into detail. And, I don't want to, I'd rather not. Just, I've been there. But this soul that committed suicide, I've tried to help this soul called the No Name Syrian that I've used in the past as like a username. Either way, somebody else I know connected to him recently, and what we got from him was mostly lies, and the true colors finally showed up. So souls that you probably heard this somewhere else, but to go into details here, as for souls, I think they know everything. They're very arrogant. You can be arrogant probably in a nice way, I guess, but this one in particular was very narcissistic, very arrogant, and his girlfriend was too. And he took his life. For what reason? I don't know. There was this thought of like his health, or I don't want to connect it to. I shut him out. But instead of him getting any better, I think it's gotten worse. Just to put that out there. And some people connect to different sides. When a soul commits suicide, you get different parts. And I'm not saying I'm focusing on the negative. It's just I don't see much good in them because there isn't there. Because then the person he was connecting to started attacking him. Let's put it that way. So if he's so friendly, why would you do something like that? So when a narcissist, the reason that this is brought up is because some with narcissistic, like money motivations, whatever it might be, I'm better than you. A lot of those energies aren't good. Meaning it can put you, it's like in Star Wars, it tempts you to the dark side. And that stuff can really take you to a dark place, especially when failure starts coming in, and you just don't know what to do. And you just figure, I'll just kill myself or something. Everything will be fine. Not necessarily. So it's, that's the reason I'm bringing it up, is I'm getting a little bit more, not to say I want to get more detail on it, but sometimes they need to know. When you're a light worker doing positive work, you got to sometimes know what you're dealing with. And some of these souls, this soul's healed and he's better and he's fine. He blew his head off, but he's fine now. Are you sure about that? So, for example, I want to go in this direction. I'm going to go there anyway by channeling Eric. Some people have connected to a positive side of them. Some have connected to a not so positive side. If you're around pranking people, saying dirty things and stuff like that, that is not a sign of a healthy soul. It might be funny, but it's also of a lower energy soul. Obviously, you connect to him, he's helping people, but still there's a darker side that's not very pleasant, just to put that out there. And so he has a big following, but souls can lie. Is he lying? I don't connect to him. I shut him out. But it's a high possibility. Some people that channel him connect to a more positive side of him. Nothing wrong with that. But realize there's another side. It's not, they say it's fully healed. You want to rethink that. If he's doing pranks and doing things that that are making people feel uncomfortable, that's not a healed soul. So you can rose color it all you want, but someone like Yeshua would come to you and feel a healing and feel love. And if a soul like Eric comes to you and he's loving, but then he says something that's not pleasant and he's just arrogant in some regard too, that's not good. That's a soul that needs help. So you surround yourself with the lights and say, put your walls up so they do not come back to me ever again. At least that's what I have done. And you can know that also. The reason I'm putting it out there is because people ask me time and time again about suicide, and it's a touchy subject. Some souls are here to commit suicide, not necessarily to become a dark entity. Some souls come here to become dark entities. It's like they're already dark already. They incarnate. They go into porn industry or whatever it is, drugs. They go into all the vices, and that's not enough for them. They commit suicide. Now they're a dark entity. Happens. Some souls that were created with this world, different ways of looking at it, just went into dark instantly. It's like, wow, I like this darkness. I really enjoy it. So they just instantly become dark. However that works, because there is, like Sylvia Brown says, more dark entities here than there is in other worlds. It could be just a reincarnation process. This could be after Atlantis. However that works, it's not a pretty picture there. But as you do your healings, you got to realize that some of these souls that do take their lives can be liars, and be aware of that. Sometimes it's good to have a different perspective. Some people can, oh, he's fine. Yeah, he blew his head off, but he's just a saint right now. And other people connect to that same soul. It's like, are you sure about that? Because I'm connecting to something that's not so friendly. So just to let you know. So some just want to connect to positive. That's all you get. But also you're being deceived. Just want to put that out there. You can say the same thing goes for aliens, but that's a little bit different. But I guess that depends. Yeah, that's a possibility. But if you put in the intent, I mean, it all has to do in your intentions. If you feel that something is uncomfortable, it's definitely not a good energy to send it out, spit it out, send it out, send it away. I figure to make that known. Might be interesting, helpful to some, might not be. But, I mean, I don't connect to this energy that often. Not at all. But this kind of came up recently. And it's like, these war energies that take their lives, some of them, not all of them are going into that direction. Some of them are out to be healed. You know, they feel bad about it, but yes, they are, cursed, you can say. I mean, anything you say to them is like magnified. So if you say something nasty to them, it's like, it's off your pain in the ass. Anyway, they're going to get hit by that a lot. If you say something nice to them, you get hit by that in a positive way. But as for the Syrian, it's just bad news. It was what I got. So, and his old girlfriend is too. So, and she's still here. I don't want to go into that, but it's not it's just the echo of that seems to sort of find its way back every once in a while. And I got a little bit more information. I figured I'd share it. If it's helpful, great. If it's not, that's okay. I just figured I'd share it because there's a lot of deceiving energies out there. Yeah, I know some people say that about me. Whatever, but whatever works for you. But some that say you're a deceiving energy and you're like, I'm coming from light. I don't know what you're talking about. Obviously, I'm not perfect. But for the most part, I come from a positive energy. Some of these people I say that you're negative are actually, you can have negative around them. And they're just out to sabotage you and shut you down. and they might not always be aware of it. You know, so some of these people that say, "Oh, this is fake," da 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 da. What is their agenda? Just to put that out there, because a lot of them are not coming from the heart; they're coming from either. Some aren't aware of what they're, what's going on around them. So some people are sending out negativity to channelings or psychics are actually being used by other entities and have no idea. So it is possible. So it's common, but discovering is another story. So yeah, it's a wild west out there, but the more you understand this, the more we can heal it. And that's all part of, I guess put the word out there, winning the war, or however you want to word it. But as we grow, we learn, and there's a lot of strangeness in the world, and it's going to know what you're up against. So that's why I'm putting this out there. Take it with a grain of salt. But if you're doing healings, it's going to know this stuff. It's valuable in some shape or form. So, all right, I was going to keep this short. So thank you, and have another one after this. It's a little bit more upcoming, uplifting. So, all right, take care, my love.